We now know what the plot of Man of Tomorrow will be. Spoilers ahead if you haven't seen the final for Peacemaker Season 2. At the end of the episode, we see Chris get thrown into this dimension that Rick Flag calls Salvation, a dimension where they plan to throw every metahuman or criminal into. So now the world will be rid of them and safe from these people. With that, I believe that the plot for Man of Tomorrow will be that Superman, Supergirl, and many more will try to intervene into Rick Flag's plan. Not only that, but I believe that Lex Luthor will be helping Rick Flag in Man of Tomorrow to achieve this. So this will lead to the Lex versus Superman conflict again, but I also have a feeling that Rick Flag will end up betraying Lex in Man of Tomorrow, seeing him as a threat to the world as well, trapping Lex along with Superman and many more in the Salvation dimension. I think James Gunn is doing his own take on the Salvation run from DC Comics, and I'm thinking and hoping that this is how we're going to see Lex and Superman work together to get out of this dimension, because it seems like we're going to need a lot of brains to get out of this dimension, because clearly in the episode Rick Flag said that they found a way to not use the QUC in order to get here, and they found a different way in order for the door to always be moving. That way they can never find where the exit will ever be. I'm thinking maybe they might have found a way to make like a boom tube type of situation where they can boom people into this Salvation dimension instead of using the QUC and walking the prisoners through this dimensional doorway. So with that, I think they're going to definitely need all of Lex's smarts and the rest of the metahumans' powers in order to be able to escape this unescapable Salvation prison. And now I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, this brain teaser for Man of Tomorrow that James Gunn teased could now mean 3 different things besides just Brainiac. One, I still think it could be a Brainiac tease. This could be a dimension where Brainiac uses to throw his most horrific beasts or people in here to test them out, or just throw some random creatures in here to see how they fare in a wild-like environment. And in Man of Tomorrow, we can somehow see that this dimension was owned by Brainiac, and this is where he came to dump random creatures, or just to do experiments in the wildlife environment here. Number 2, I think that this could be a subtle hint from James Gunn that this is his take on Gorilla Grodd. Hear me out, this could be a stretch, but in Man of Tomorrow, we're now going to this Salvation dimension, which looks prehistoric and jungle-like. What if the main villain is Gorilla Grodd, a gorilla who is so intelligent, so smart, and so powerful, he already rules over this dimension. He rules over this world that's prehistoric because he is so smart and strong. What if this take on Gorilla Grodd isn't just him mind controlling, but if he is born with these abilities to mind control? What if, we all know James Gunn loves to do his own takes on superheroes and supervillains, and sometimes make it different and weird, so what if this time, Gorilla Grodd, when taking your mind, reshapes your brain in order to take control of your mind? He either builds a device to give him these abilities or to enhance the abilities he already has, or he's able to already do this off the bat and be able to control and manipulate minds. He'll want to take control of these people that are being thrown into his dimension now. He's got Superman and other people that he can use to his advantage. If this is Gorilla Grodd's tease, maybe this picture of this brain that James Gunn teased us with for Man of Tomorrow is how our brains look when Gorilla Grodd reshapes them in order for it to make it easier for him to take control of our minds. Number 3, and my final